In today's video, we're going to be doing a review on how to use the Seicane 8.1 Android head unit for the 2015 plus Subaru WRX. Before we get started, guys, if you want to see more WRX content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're also interested in this Seicane 8.1 head unit, it is on sale currently. I have the link in the description below, and if you use the code in the description below, you will get 3.5% off your purchase, and it will really help this channel out. So let's get right into it. This is the home screen. When you start the car, this is the first screen of the head unit. And, you know, just right off the bat, it is like any other Android tablet or anything like that. It's very responsive. There's absolutely no lag. Like a big thing for me as somebody that is, you know, in the technology world, when I use like tablets and things like this that are touchscreen, I want the sensitivity to my finger, I want it to be really high, right? So I'm able to move apps around like I just did, or go through here really quickly and have a high sensitivity with my finger. And that, you know, you see that. There's very little lag with this head unit. So this is our first screen, right? We have our DVR, which is, you know, if you're gonna install the update, you can install an aftermarket DVD player. I'm just gonna hit back up here. There's a reset. The mic is installed in the unit up here for when you are talking on the phone. You've got radio,
analyzes your
and
information to
you know, the platform. We're gonna turn it down. We're gonna turn it down. The radio suite is really nice. It's really easy to use. It's visually pleasing. I really enjoy the radio suite. We can either hit home or back. I'm gonna hit back. Pretty quick. If we have our USB or we have saved music, this is how we're going to get to our music. I don't have any saved music in this unit yet. We also have Bluetooth. This is the Bluetooth suite for the phone. So we're going to click on this, and we have our phone suite. I have a dial pad, really easy to use. If I want to type in numbers, really easy to use. I can sort through my contacts, which I haven't uploaded yet, or I can look at recent calls, call people back. I can search through, these are the people that have tested it. That's my phone. These are the people that have tested it. So really easy to use the phone. We're gonna go back to the home screen. Then I have video. Again, this is for if you've done the DVD function. So we'll go to the next screen. This is Bluetooth music. We're gonna click on it. Your phone will automatically connect, and if you press play, it will play the last thing that was playing. For me, that's often Spotify. It will then display the, you know, who's playing, what the song title is, the artist. We can store files in here. I don't have anything stored, but you can store files. You can do all those types of things. You got the radio, you've got music again, you have the amplifier. This is where you're going to control the bass, all the characteristics of your sound system. This is where you really get the increase in the quality of sound from your WRX, especially if you have a bass model. The spectrum of sounds changes a lot. The bass is a lot, you know, there's a lot more bass. I have more control over the sub. I've got more control of the treble. The sound system is a lot less tinny. I can, you know, there's presets if you want to listen to rock, if you want to listen to pop, if you want to listen to jazz. All these presets, I prefer the custom preset. The voice is kind of cool. This is if you are on a phone call, right? And you know, it's a little bit different. So this is like a phone call. It's really easy to use this. And I'm on custom because that's how I prefer. I listen to more hip hop and rap, and this is built for that. So this is a pretty cool feature. Before we get out of the amplifier, you do have, like any other device, you have your top bar that shows kind of like the functions. If you had seen prior in the video, we had something downloading. It automatically downloads updates. So we were hooked up to the hotspot. It automatically downloaded it. I can sort through the apps that I have been in, and let's say I don't want to have the Bluetooth open, I can kill it, so that I don't have too many apps open. Back to the radio, things like that. So the big thing that everyone's been asking so far is the steering wheel control. So I only have the down volume set because I wanted to show you guys in this video how to use the other things. So I'm gonna press the steering wheel control. So I'm over at my steering wheel. We're not gonna show you, but I'm pressing up on the volume. So I pressed up. It's then gonna do short click, long click. So I want it to be a short click of volume up. I'm gonna hit OK. And then I'm going to save it. Definitions are not saved. Save now. Okay. And now it's saved. Now I can control the volume up and down. So pretty cool. Definitely a nice feature. I know a lot of aftermarket head units you cannot actually do that. I also have a calculator, which, you know, it's like your standard 5-function calculator. You could do trigonometry. Then we have AutoKit. This is another thing that you can purchase after the fact. We're gonna move on. I might review it later. So we have a gallery where you can store images. I don't have that there. Settings, this is where you can hook up your network, your internet, so that you can do hotspot, you can get a VPN on here, you can put it on airplane mode, all those cool things. You can also set stuff like you can manage your apps and all these things and how long you've used them, and you can update them from here. You can also see all your connected devices, and you can do casting, and you can adjust the display. Really easy to adjust all that stuff, wallpaper, font size, pretty cool. You can adjust sound, you can do screenshots, you can set users, there's accessibility settings, driving settings, Google preferences because it's hooked up to Google, all those things, really cool. There's a couple apps in this suite that are just being reused. If you click on this, it's your Bluetooth music again versus before. You have a calendar, you can hook it up to your Google Calendar, it's Google Chrome, cool feature. You know, I'm on the hotspot, I can search anything that I want. It's pretty quick when you're looking it up. A lot of these things have been tested in the QA department of China, so a lot of them still have the stuff. Really easy to open YouTube, pretty responsive. It's basically as responsive as your hotspot. You've got the clock, you can change your clock settings. It's also just a really nice thing to have open. If you're, doing a timer, stopwatch, if you want to time your 0 to 60s, you can set alarms if you're sleeping in your car. Another thing you can do is you have the app installer. This just allows you to manage the apps that you have on here. I've got like Netflix, it's got the current update. So, this Netflix is the 4.16.1. When it updates, it's gonna update. I can manage my apps. I don't have that much installed right now. I can install apps pretty easy. This is for OEM installing. Play Store, we just go to Play Store and we can install apps like any other apps. It just hooks up to your Google App Store, all those things. You can get Snapchat, you can get Instagram, you can look at all these things on this head unit. Really cool. I've got Netflix. I can open Netflix. I'm not signed in right now, but a really cool feature. Again, really responsive. Sirius XM. I've got Google. They sell an aftermarket hookup for your tire pressure monitor sensors, your TPMS. I'm gonna get this hookup so that I can see and monitor this. I have this on the up screen above, but I like this one a lot better. I can also pull up my email. I can sign into this email and it's gonna have all my emails, like my Robinhood notices and that kind of thing. So I can open my email. Another really cool feature is your GPS test suite. This is actually going to show us the GPS of where we currently are in the world. It's a pretty cool thing. We can do a 3D fix and it's going to give us our three-dimensional points. Again, where we are in the world. Cool suite. It's fun to play around with that. We also have Google Maps. You can download Waze as well. I prefer using Google Maps, just a preference thing. I probably am going to use Waze sometimes because all my friends use Waze. But Google Maps, pretty easy. One of the coolest features of this head unit is the Easy Connect system. So this system is a broadcasting system from your phone to the head unit to the screen. So we're actually going to show you really quick. So if you want to do the screen share, select iPhone Wi-Fi or whatever you're going to do, and then it shows up in your screen mirroring, and you just select that, and then you're mirroring the screen. So you can mirror your screen, you can turn your screen sideways so that it fills the entire suite. You can play games, he's gonna play a game, somebody could watch you doing it. This is also another way to use Waze. So obviously a really cool feature. The quality when you're doing the screen sharing is not as good, but you can obviously download the Waze app if you wanna do this. This is just a really cool feature. If there's something that you cannot get, if you can't get it in this app suite, you can just broadcast it from your phone. We just did the phone. We're gonna go back to home. So that's a really cool feature. And then obviously I have YouTube, Spotify. I just broadcast Spotify through my phone because it automatically opens my Spotify suite on my phone, but I could bring it through here. This is the in-suite navigation system. It's called iGo. It's actually pretty nice. It lags a little bit. I like that it's a darker color. You can select destinations. It's a bit laggy. This in-suite function is typical of most car navigation systems. I really prefer Google Maps but you know, if you want to use this, it works just as well. Remember, we mounted the GPS, so it does all that stuff. You can set construction, it reads traffic, all those cool things. But again, I just prefer Google Maps or Waze. You can also go on YouTube, which is something that I really enjoy doing, because both I like to post on YouTube and I also like to watch, you know, some of the other channels that make WRX content, and I enjoy seeing what they're doing. So I click on YouTube, it'll open YouTube, then I can search, and it's pretty good. You know, this is obviously what I've recently searched. It's pretty good quality. We can actually watch someone else's. We can look up WRX Seicane and we can watch someone else's. I wonder if mine's gonna show up. We haven't had it out very long. Oh, look at that. So we can actually watch my install of this head unit, and we're gonna watch an ad. So I can skip the ad. I don't want YouTube Premium. And it's gonna automatically do 360p. We can just go in and change that. Or it's 480p, but I'm gonna change it to 720. That's the capability of the head unit. The change just happened. So again, we're watching the install of this unit, and you can fast forward like anything else. It's pretty easy to use. It's on full screen mode right now. And this is what the old head unit looked like, and it absolutely sucked. So I'm gonna turn it down with my steering wheel controls, which is also pretty cool. We're gonna go back here, and I am going to download Waze just so you can see how it works. So I've selected Waze, it's going to look it up, and I'm going to hit install, and it's going to download. So we're going to give it a few minutes to download. We don't need a few minutes, it's downloading pretty quickly. It's 63 megabits, 64, and we're almost there, 57%. And we'll keep going. And this is not a plug for Waze, but Waze, if you want to sponsor this channel, that'd be sweet. So now it's downloading onto the software suite up here. It's just showing me that it's still downloading, it's installing, and it's installed, so I can then go open it. Actually, we're gonna go to the home screen so you can see Waze shows up. We're gonna click on Waze, and it's gonna take a second to open it at first. We want it to allow the device's location, and it's going to open it up. When you download new apps, it takes a second. It needs to initialize in the system. So here we see it initializing Waze, updating the map, and hooking it up to the phone. It's going to take a second. Sometimes you have to open the app and then go here and close the app and like delete it, put it in, and then it'll reopen it, just like you do in an iPhone. But we're going to get started. The user agreement. Typically you should read these things, but in this instance I'm not going to read it. And then you're going to still give it a second to initialize. Okay, so I've zoomed out of my location just so you guys don't know exactly where I live, but you know, you're using Waze like anything else. You can search here, you can look for other people that are using Waze, you can update your profile. Waze, full capability, really high quality. I mean, you can zoom out pretty far. It takes a second sometimes, but again, it's based off of the strength of your hotspot, and again, it's trying to compute everything. So if you zoom really far out, it's going to lag obviously a little bit, but it's pretty cool, really easy to use. Again, the screen is super sensitive to move around, and again, Waze is a pretty large app. It's probably running a lot of the CPU of this unit, so it's still really impressive that Waze is able to operate at this speed and this functionality, and it's definitely a plus when you're using this car, because most people that don't have Waze, it's really hard to get it on their car or display on their actual screen, and I don't have to mount my phone to do it anymore. Another question that we really wanted to answer here is a lot of people were wondering if you could customize the screen so that you could arrange your apps. It's really easy. You just hold your finger over the app and then you can move it around, go screen to screen, that type of thing. It's like any other Android or Apple device. Again, they probably just repurposed a tablet when designing and building this, and again, you can look at your overall system functions. We can actually look down, and one of my subscribers commented just a minute ago on the install video, there are a million add-on options for this unit. Are any of them necessary? I don't need a camera comment. Who knows what they said? Yes, there are tons of add-on options for this unit. I like some of them also are for very specific needs, but in this suite I can go adjust some of the things like the brightness and all that kind of stuff. So a pretty cool unit, really happy with it. There'll be a kind of was it worth it later review coming out soon. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments about the video, or you have any comments or questions about how to use it, capability, things that you're curious about, let me know. I'd be happy to answer the questions, further review it. And again, yeah, really cool head unit. So far, definitely worth it. really responsive. I've looked at a lot of head units, you know, in the search of this head unit, and this is by far the nicest one that I've used. And I've seen some Pioneer units, Sony units installed in WRXs, and they just don't have the same responsiveness, same capabilities, same function, same quality, and they don't make the interior suite of the car look this way. So again, guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, comment and have a great day.